Good morning. It is Tuesday, October 14th, 2025, in the beautiful city of Des Moines, Washington. It is early in the morning. Um, just got done. I actually did yoga this morning. It's been amazing with all this, the things I've been trying to do to improve my life, improve my body, be mindful. Yoga's one that should be pretty high on the list, probably. It's amazing the things I'll do to get out of doing 10 minutes of yoga, just to try to avoid it. I will do so many things, but it's something I've only done a few times since I've been starting this 2 months ago, 3 months ago now. September, 2.5 months ago. I've only done it a few times, but I did it this morning, and then I just took Zane for his walk, and it is probably about 6 a.m., and I got all that done. I've also am now, let's see, 24 plus 6. So I'm now about 30 hours into a fast of just water. Well, so it's not really a fast if I'm honest, because I do have Zip Fizz, and Zip Fizz has somewhere between 7 to 15 calories in it. And one of those, and I have a couple of those a day, and on one of them I put some Metamucil in too, and that has some calories too. So it's not a complete fast, but absolutely no food, absolutely no sugary drinks. No. Chocolate milk would be wonderful right now. But fasting is something I've done before, and find it helpful for a lot of reasons. And it's good emotionally to know that I have some control over it at some point. Unfortunately, it's only all or nothing control. But to be honest, to be really honest, this last full month, maybe even a little more, been really kind of focusing again on what I want to do and why I want to do it, and been so much more consistent. And we might be bordering on one of the longer times where I've actually been consistent and done things in a healthy way as much as possible. Most people, I'm sure, but people like me especially, really want to focus on the negative and the things I haven't done right, and those couple of days here and there where I did let myself go and just not be mindful at all. But I've done really well. My weight is showing it. I'm under 300 pounds. I was going to say well under. I'm not well under 300 pounds, but I'm consistently under 300 pounds now for the last week. And with this fast, I'm down to 296. It's not a true weight because I did fast all of yesterday, but I am under 300. And I have use the app. What is the app? Oh man, it's like Healthy Weight or something. It's a good app because it gives you kind of averages, and it gives you a nice little graph of where your true weight is, even if you have a bad day or a good day for the number. But I looked back at that, and basically, it's been basically 2 years since I've been under 300 with any consistency. For 2 years, I was over 300 pounds. And I was 320 in the three teens for the majority of 2025 until I started taking the weight loss medication. And that is so much weight. And right now, I'm not saying that as I'm a fat, horrible pig, shamey type thing, just as in scientifically for a human body that's 5'8", that is so much weight to put on it. It has to make so many things so much more unpleasant than I can really realize. But it is obviously one of my big focuses, and I'm doing good with it. I'm being much more consistent, having my off day here and there, but for the most part, I'm tracking my calories, and I'm eating better, eating much less at night, trying to not eat at all for a few hours before bed, and that's really hard. I have such a habit of eating right before bed, or even taking something into the bed with me. That's a horrible habit. It's got to be my sleep. My sleep is awful. Even on my best days, my sleep is awful. I'm such a light sleeper, and no matter what I do, I just wake up so many times at night. And if I get like an hour and a half straight, full, good, real sleep, oh, it feels so good because I never get it. So sleep is another thing on my list for this year that I'm trying to hone in on. And this last week, I've had some good movement in myself with some of the things I've been struggling with, and struggling with how to properly, to do well, how to be good at, taking care of my mother-in-law and what I can do to make her life better while she's here, and to not be so judgmental and so hopeful of maybe she will do this on her own, maybe she should be doing this by herself. Just getting those thoughts out of my head and accepting where I am, accepting where she is, accepting what is, and contributing what I can contribute, doing what I can do for this thing that I've taken on, which is trying to help her have her best life for the last chapter. And I've struggled a lot with it. I want so bad for her to do this and her to do that, and for her to want this and her to want that, and it's not going to happen. But it's a good distraction for me to not focus on what I can do and how much energy I'm able to give and should give. Instead, I could focus on her, so then that's so much easier than focusing on me. But this last week, I've focused more on me, what I can give, what I should give, and still be, healthy with me. I'm trying to do it also for my wife. She works a lot. She works a lot of hours. She works hard. She stays busy. She has a lot of guilt about not doing things. If something's not great around the house, or I do a lot around the house for a week, she feels guilty about not doing it because she's at work or sleeping or taking care of her mom also. So I want to take some of that burden off her. Yeah, it's an interesting thing to go through. I've never gone through it. Never had to take care of my parents. Never had to take care of my grandparents. Never really been around people in that stage of life for any period of time whatsoever. So it's a very big learning process and emotional learning. It's not as straightforward as I thought it would be. And I just think it was straightforward. I'd in general have such a logical mind. I'm like, oh well, A plus B will equal C, and it'll be fine. There's a lot involved. There's decades and decades and decades of habits and trauma and needs and unmet wants that are all wrapped up into this. But this is kind of what this vlog is about for this year, is the acceptance of where we are and how much time we have left and what we want with that time. What do I want with this time? Trying to think if I not necessarily won the lotto, because that's a whole different story, but if I was guaranteed my paycheck for the rest of my life, but I didn't have to work. So I'm not rich, but I can pay all my bills. I can do some fun things here and there, and I'm not worrying about anything, and I have my health care. What would I want to do with all of my time? What is fun? What is how much time and I'm proving myself? What would I do with all this time all of a sudden that I would have? Because I'm kind of had to figure that out a little bit over this last 3 or 4 years, going from working 60, 80 hours a week at least 60, up to 80 hours a week easy for a long time, or more when I was doing on-call 24/7. I've gone down to banker hours, 40 hours a week, government job, daytime, weekends off. I've had to figure out what to do with this time and with this energy, and it took a good 2 full years to not be in complete sloth mode for all that time off, because the little time off I used to have, I'd have to be in sloth mode because I'd have to recover because I did nothing but work so hard. Hello, Miss Betty. Betty's home. She went for a little exploring. Hi, honey. So the first 2 years of getting away from my last job, which was 911, I had to figure out what to do with all this time and energy, and I was just so for 35 years, 30 years, I would work, play hard, and then sleep, and that's it. Or if I had a day off, which did not happen, laundry, prep some food, and that's it. Don't move for the day because you gotta recover. Because the next 7 days, the next 12 days, you're working every day, 2 jobs, so you gotta recover. I had to get out of that mindset, and it was hard. So this last year, I've done much better. Oh my goodness, look at this sweet little girl. Look at this sweet little kitten. Yeah. Thank you, honey. Thank you. And that was really hard to get out of that mindset. And so what would I do if I had another 40 hours a week? And I had no commitments to anything but myself. Anyways, this is getting towards the end of the time limit that I usually like to go. It's been a good week. It's been a good couple weeks. It's been a good couple months. With some days that weren't ideal, but I'm really happy. My sister visited. I got a half sister, Nadia, my second favorite human in the world. She visited a couple weeks ago, and we spent some time together, and it was wonderful. And that was good. I like that connection very much. I don't have many. I have very few connections, and that's a beautiful one. She's a beautiful person. And Betty's a beautiful kitten. She's a beautiful kitten. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out where my priorities are, where to spend my time and energy, and I'm doing good. I'm doing better. So, for this year, how long this year is, we're only a couple months in, a few months in, and I like where I am. So I'm gonna keep going, and I'm hoping the next time I have one of these will be much sooner, and I'll still be just as happy. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching my self-therapy session. And, yeah, this is an interesting year.